1, 2, 3.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops.
Yes, so many cops are on the tick. What do you expect when they use tear gas and tanks? Whether in a car or on a horse, cops don't mind using excessive force.
Bad cops, bad cops.
What you gonna do?
Bad cops, bad cops.
What you gonna do?
Bad cops, bad cops.
What you gonna do?
Bad cops, bad cops.
This is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
So I want to just put in perspective of like the amount of resources that our police departments in the United States grow. They have these mountain of resources like armies, like militaries. And I want to, this is kind of like a global, not global cops segment. And we're going to go back to local stuff just to give perspective of like what other police departments have in other countries, like the amount of resources they have dealing with like, you know, actual terrorism, not just like people jumping turnstiles. So I really want to share this clip. This clip has actually been shared around the internet for a few years now, but we're going to talk about it anyway because it's always goofy to watch. So I'm going to about the Karachi Pakistani rolling blading police officers. I know everyone checked this out before. This is how broke they are.
Well, we didn't see them in Modern Warfare 2 when we would play the Karachi map.
Nah, they rolled out.
Imagine if you had motherfuckers on rollerblades, son. You're like, yo, you cheating, son. You cheating.
Shot in rollerblades. That's embarrassing.
फिलहाल तो ये स्टार्टिंग है और मुझे लगता है कि फ्यूचर में
Notice how they have women serving too.
कर सकते हैं हम लोग और इससे हमें बहुत फायदा होगा जैसे जिन छोटी-छोटी गलियों में हम लोग नहीं पहुंच सकते हैं स्केट्स के थ्रू हम लोग वहां पर जाके जुर्म की रोकथाम कर सकते हैं.
We can reach narrow alleys. Oh my God! Look at him. Did you see him? He was like,
Yo, I gotta rewind.
yo, look at him. Look at him.
I'll be worried I'm gonna fall and shoot myself by accident.
Oh nah, he's gonna be real smooth. He's gonna be doing tricks when he shoots you in the back.
He's doing tricks. You play some like 60s, 70s disco music.
Yep.
Fatality in Karachi.
Right after the bullet hits you in the back, you can be like,
हमने ये भी देखा कि अक्सर मोटरसाइकिल से होते हैं लोग जो कि
Yo, what are they doing?
भागना आसान होता है vehicle पर जो
but wait, you're supposed to be able to chase motorcycles with rollerblades? That you lost.
Shopping malls.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
ट्रेनिंग कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे तो इनको देख के मैं बहुत खुशी महसूस हो रही है कि ये स्ट्रीट क्राइम जो है जो डकैत वगैरह अभी दिन में भी इधर होते हैं ऐसे सीवीओ का इलाका है बाइकों पे आते हैं लड़के किसी भी राह गुजरे से पर्स वगैरह या मोबाइल छीन के भाग जाते हैं तो आज सुबह से माशाल्लाह
knee pads. Proper safety. No, he's not about to do that.
Oh, I want to jump and shoot at the same time.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. I'm sorry. That.
So I just want to put in perspective of that city because you saw the rollerblade. It made it seem like so goofy and so cute, but like yo, Karachi's like no joke. I want to pull up kind of the State Department advisory about Karachi about the crime. If you're American, you look like you have money, you're getting robbed.
Unless you're standing next to a police officer in rollerblade.
You probably rob you too and rollerblade away.
I was about to say that too. Like as I said, I was like, wait a minute.
Yo, son. So the State Department travel advisory at the day of this report publication. This was last year before everything went to shit when it comes to travel. So that's the only kind of perspective we can have because right now obviously you can't fucking go nowhere. But before, pretty much. Do not travel to Balochistan province, the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, including the former federally administered tribal areas, due to terrorism and kidnapping. all the immediate vicinity of the line of control due to terrorism and the potential for armed conflict. The U.S. State Department has assessed Karachi as being high threat location for crime directed or affecting the official government interests. So they're showing that funny clip of the rollerblading people, but if you're American out there, you know, like, you shouldn't be out there in the first place.
Well, I mean, if we're real about this, like I'm pretty sure that Pakistan in Karachi has the same kind of advisory traveling around in Alabama, Georgia, Chicago,
Mississippi.
Let's come on, let's be real.
I feel like you mind your business and like just stick with your friends
and don't flash what you got.
I mean, you can go there and wear your Rolex watch and wear Gucci, like
you might leave without your hand though. They'll chop your fucking hand
outfit
off,
and drive a Bentley off your plane, right off the plane. You know.
Yeah, no. But you know, the thing is that
I was gonna show you
that was a report in 2020, right?
Those police officers have that resources when it comes to kind of stuff that people think happens to Karachi.
And that's also ingenuity too, proving that you don't need like militarization. Sometimes it's just rollerblades. But
yeah, because
again,
pickpockets, what's shooting them in the back is not going to stop pickpocketing. You have to like get the stuff back.
Right, but you know, they put out this advisory in 2020, right?
Yeah.
Well, what is any different than what we're experiencing here in the United States with the uptick in crime? The economy around the world has been negatively affected. So when you have people who are desperate, they're going to do more desperate things. So if the real economy, not your Jeff Bezos and your Mark Zuckerberg economy, if the actual real human being economy is down, crime is going to go up. And it doesn't matter what race it is or what neighborhood you live in or whatever. So
I share that story.
Fix the fucking economy.
With the rollerblading cops who actually have to deal with stuff in Karachi. They have to deal with poverty, pickpocketing, people snatching purses, petty stuff. That's why they dealt with it in that matter. And they're not going to get tanks over petty crime stuff.
Could you imagine if they hit you with a 50 millimeter cannon because you stole a candy bar?
That's what they want to do in the United States. I want to share this next clip because people are like, what the fuck is going on Long Island? I didn't even know those protests even happened in Long Island. But apparently, these white people in Long Island are so fucking scared what happened last year at Black Lives Matter protests that Long County Register votes to allow first responders to sue protesters and sets civil fines of up to $50,000.
What would a first responder sue a protester for? Making you come out and work?
So this is like the strangest thing that happened on Nassau County. Racist people really sleep on Nassau County.
Your sensibilities, right? You don't agree with their protests. Sounds like some special snowflake shit to me.
It's crazy. So pretty much who harass or injures a first responder, which includes police officers, can be fined up to $50,000 while giving first responders the ability to sue persons directly.
So does this apply to like, I don't know, people who stormed the Capitol on January 6th?
The law like comes
or is it just people that
this is crazy to me, like
racial injustice?
Yeah, it definitely. Like years and years, you can walk up to a fucking EMT worker and fucking stab him in the back of the head, punch him in the back of the head. Especially if they're helping somebody who you injured on purpose. No one thought about passing a law like that for EMT workers or for firefighters. Right. But as soon as Black Lives Matter protests happen, we gotta pass a law to protect first responders for some reason.
But we don't need to protect them if it's stop the steal.
Even though we heard about people shooting at firefighters for some reason, but they ain't passed no law about that. But this is wild to me. It's obvious this is response to Black Lives Matter, right? I mean, it's like, what else can we respond to?
I mean, it's definitely not a response to a violent Trump rally. Definitely not. Not for that. No.
That was a tourist trip, Dr. Regina. It was no riot. It was people having fun.
Condolences to the families of the 2 officers in July that self-terminated as a result of that really peaceful theme park experience at the Capitol.
How disturbing is this? It's like the family that the cop actually died more than a month ago, but because suicide is such a difficult thing, like it was no one's business that happened that way to the cop. But I guess the family feels it's our business to know. So
because that cop is going to be forgotten about by the Blue Lives Matter crowd.
Yeah, so it's interesting that they made a decision to actually reveal that he did die from suicide.
Because blue lives only matter
even
when
though
you're killing unarmed black and brown people.
Yeah. All of a sudden, blue lives matter doesn't matter to those 4 cops. It's crazy seeing it happen in real time.
Yep. And you got politicians that are claiming that the incident never happened, and there are people who, because the thing is, I believe that those 2 self-terminations happened within the last 3 weeks, both of them. And I think that it was around the time that the officers were testifying on Capitol Hill about what happened there.
One officer was July 10th.
Yeah.
The other officer, I think, was like last week or something like that.
Yeah. Like the last Thursday.
Yeah.
So I think that, the thing is, like, I was actually doing a live stream on my Dr. Evil channel on YouTube. And I was really struggling to try to figure out why officers who did nothing wrong, because I know this is the bad cop segment, but you need to actually take a step back and acknowledge that these officers did nothing wrong.
I mean, they were calling them niggers and all kinds of things while they were like beating them up. So
yeah, I mean, and the thing is, like,
yes.
And the thing is, like, we knew
beating
that the black officers were being targeted, but some of the white officers were being targeted too by some of the people, and then there were other white officers who encountered some of them that were saying, no, you're with us, brother. Like, come on, join in with this, because blue lives matter.
What happened to that one police officer at the committee hearing? He was like, they're trying, hey brother, join brother. He was like, no, yeah, fuck you. It's like
it was Hulk Hogan, like exactly. a fucking mob of Hulk Hogan. Yeah, exactly. Hey, join us, brother. Who wants some peas? I mean, like, what
and then
it hurt me to think that there are officers that killed themselves when they themselves didn't do anything wrong. It was all in what other people did. And then
officers, they were off-duty officers. That's what we also missed.
Blind Bat was in the stream, and he's like, well, simply it's PTSD. And then you think about it, and then it's like, well, when these guys
their whole world
testified, they had to relive that day all over again. And now, before you heard all of this shit about how everybody cares about blue lives, and they're running around with these bastardized U.S. flags. That's a violation of U.S. flag code, right? You have these people running around with this bastardized flag. And then you actually think that there's a group of people that actually welcome you. And then those people, just like that, turn on you. Now you feel like you're in no man's land and the whole country's against you.
I mean, we heard in the hearing, those officers in the hearing, that when they testified, they said that there were off-duty people in the crowd who show their badges, who show their IDs. That's how confident and that's how privileged they were. They show their IDs and badges while they were beating them up and going in the Capitol. So,
We're all committing felonies, and by the way, here's my ID.
Yeah.
So that you can arrest me and I can be fired from my local police department because I'm going to be rehired by another police department 6 miles away. About 25 minutes after you serve me my walking papers here, there's going to actually be no consequences for what I do. So please look at my face, look at my name, because I'm above the law.
I mean, people are not even confident enough to go into a restaurant and take a shit. A restaurant you're not eating at, take a shit and leave. People can't even do that. But you had officers showing their badges and looking for Nancy Pelosi and looking for Mike Pence. So
on behalf of my police department, I'm going to commit a violent felony.
So I just want to.
Everybody thinks they're James Bond. I have a license to kill. Where's Pelosi?
Yeah. So. Instead, they just put their poop everywhere. So, smear their poop everywhere. So now you're going to jail for smearing poop on the walls, which is like,
isn't that what monkeys do? Isn't that what monkeys do? I mean,
the monkeys I've seen on Twitter. The monkeys I've seen on Twitter are pretty cute and
nah, they fling poo. They fling and smear poo. So for all those people that
So you
want
go to jail for what monkeys do for free. So there you go.
for all those people that want to sling racial epithets at us, like we don't know what the fuck they mean. You had a whole bunch of white monkeys flinging and smearing poo on the U.S. Capitol. I'm pretty sure that your forefathers are rolling over in their graves, bones and all.
Or they're smearing poop in their graves too. So,
war paint. It's war paint.
War paint. Oh, so that's Black Power Magic Hour. That's the bad cops, rollerblading cops, punk cop, snowflake cops passing $50,000 fine if you touch them or say rude things to them at a protest after they kill somebody. Because this is what Black Lives Matter started, because you were killing us. It's not because we're going to look for you with no reasons, because you're killing us in our communities. And now you want to
actually
pass the
following
law.
people as they walk home from work, minding their own fucking business.
And now you want to pass the law when people protest about that you can find them and sue them for protesting about you.
You might as well call it the George Zimmerman law. We are allowed to harass you, and then when you defend yourself, we can sue you.
I like that. So that's Black Power Magic Hour on Twitch, YouTube, Discord, on Dr. Regency's live on Twitch, YouTube, Discord, talking shit, and that's rollerblading cops.